channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. Yes, y'all, I did my makeup today. And I'm going to tell you why. I woke up and looked at my phone, you know what I'm saying, and checked my YouTube and saw 10K. I'm so hyped. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like, so much, so much, so much. And I know it fluctuates and it's like 10K even. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool. I screenshotted it. So I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might get mad at a message and unsubscribe and then subscribe back or whatever be going on. That's fine. Baby, I'm hyped. Anywho, the message comes in the form of a song. Like I woke up a little bit late today, but you know what I'm saying, I still took out the time to do my makeup and everything. But while I was doing my makeup, this song was playing in my head. And the song is Am I Dreaming? And by Old School. So, anywho, let's get into it. The lyrics go, things are kind of hazy, and my head's all cloudy inside. Now, I've heard talks of angels, but never thought I would have one to call mine. See, you are just too good to be true, and I hope there's not some kind of mirror with you, oh baby. Okay, am I dreaming? Am I just imagining you're here in my life? Am I dreaming? Teach me to see if it's real because my mind can't decide. Will this last for one night or do I have you for a lifetime? Please say that it's forever and that it's not an illusion to my eye. And I hope that you don't up and disappear. My love, I pray that it's not a hoax and it's for real. Hear me out now. Sometimes, say that sometimes. I need you to show me. Show me that you're not a mirage. I need you. Oh, I need you to pinch me, baby. Okay. That's the lyrics to the song. That's so sweet. Like, that is so sweet. The scripture comes from First Baruch 5 and 8. Moreover, the woods and every sweet smelling tree have overshadowed Israel by the command of God. For God will lead Israel with joy in the light of his glory, with the mercy and righteousness that comes from him. So here's the message for whoever this is for. When it comes to whatever aspects of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter if it is love, finance, business, when you're trying to figure out what direction you should go down, what path should you take, sometimes even, in love, like I saw someone comment yesterday about how Bridgerton, in that time, in those times, it was normal for the girls to have multiple dance partners. It was normal. And it actually was frowned upon more so for a girl to dance with one person over and over again unless they had already been promised to be engaged, or if they were going to be married, or if they were married. Just like they explained to the couple that was new to the baton, the boxer, the ex-boxer and his wife. They were married already. They married, they have kids. Like, they are not kind of, it's like they have to go by the rules, but they don't have to go by the rules. If he only want to dance with his wife all night, fine. If he, you know what I'm saying, he don't want to sleep in a separate room than his wife, fine. If he, like, they can kind of do their own thing because they already married. They don't have to follow the rules of the baton. He don't have to stand on the sideline and watch his wife dance with all these different people. So God is saying for someone, even if it's a situation where you got options, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a situation where it's just one person fighting for you. Because you have to think about it. A lot of people, they end up in situations where they are putting all of their eggs in one basket, and it's just one person that they're betting on, and they don't even know that one person got like 5 other options. So you don't want to be in a position to where you are just assuming this person is the one, and y'all gonna, you know what I'm saying, y'all gonna run off into the sunset, and they decide that they prefer to be with somebody else than you. You know what I'm saying? Every time you looking, you know what I'm saying, you staring at your phone, waiting on them to call you, waiting on them to, you know what I'm saying, come see about you. No call, no text, They ain't pulling up and they not coming because they want to go be with, you know what I'm saying, Lala up the street or whatever the girl, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, Steve. They going to go hang out with Steve instead of you. And you know, I just feel like God is saying for whoever this is for, he may lead you today. Now he ain't finna lead you to lay down with everybody. You know what I'm saying? God is not finna lead you to go and be promiscuous, but God would lead you to go and see what your options are, especially if it's a situation where you were thinking that one person was your person, but God looked into that person's heart and they feel like they want somebody else, and that's fine. They have that option. They have free will to do what they want to. They have free will to make their own decisions. We all have free will. Even the angels have free will. God has reminded me now about how the angels that he made very divinely to do and serve a certain purpose, some of them decided to use their free will to go against God. Now they should have known. You would think that they would know they not finna win that battle. But yet and still they took out the time, effort, and energy to go against God. You know what I'm saying? Came down here, created all these false religions, came down here calling themselves gods and all kinds of stuff. So you have to think about, if they have free will to go against what God say, we human and our human nature and the way that we just, you know what I'm saying, we basically do what we want to do sometimes, we gonna do the same thing. And God said for somebody, you gonna feel like you in a fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? You gonna feel like, I just feel like where God is leading you and what God is gonna be the journey that you about to go on, you finna feel like you in a little fairy tale, like you the belle of the ball, because God said he wants you to have options. It's not fair for you to put, like, you to be all your energy on one person while they trying to, you know what I'm saying, play the field. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be different if they gonna end up with you anyway. But I just feel like in this person's heart, they not. Either they not, or it's like every time they feel like you are their only option, they feel like they gotta do something. They gotta go somewhere. They calling anybody else. They, you know what I'm saying? They gotta go somewhere and meet somebody else, and they are disappointed when they feel like you are the only one that they have. So God said, okay, that's the end of that. Why should you stress yourself out and worry yourself about what this person got going on, what this person, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like God is saying you should have options too. You have options as well. Anyways, moving on from that, when it comes to business and finance, God is saying that he wants you to be, like, he doesn't just want you to just have a job. Like, yes, you gonna have a job, but he wants you to be in love with what you do. He wants you to have joy in what you do. And I'm thinking about kind of like, I don't know if everybody watched it, but King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill growing up. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, I am a Texas girl. I used to stay in Dallas years ago, like years ago. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? King of the Hill, it's a show that's based off of Arlen, which is a real city. It's a real place in Texas on the outskirts of Dallas. But anyways, long story short, Hank worked with propane. And when you really think about what his job was kind of like, I think he was assistant manager at a propane store. This is not like, you know what I'm saying, a job where it's just, you know what I'm saying, like you really at one of the big, you know what I'm saying, the big heads and nothing like that. Like, you know, or somebody that is like working for oil, like in an office type vibe. That's more of the big heads in that industry that he's in. But lo and behold, he loved his job. He loved propane. He loved selling propane. He loved everything about it. He like, and that's one of the biggest, like, I guess, pinpoints of the show. Whenever somebody can get him talking about what he loves talking about it. And you know what I'm saying? As funny, I feel like it's in the show because it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But as funny as it may be, God is saying he will want you to find something that you love like that. Like, even when it comes to retail, I used to work retail. I got a store now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when I used to work retail, I would run across different people. There would be people working there. They hated retail. They hated working for the stores. They hated the labor. They hated everything about it. Me personally, My first job was at a dress shop. It was like a little boutique where we sold like dresses for quinceañeras, dresses for prom, dresses for weddings. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I can't stunt. I loved it. I would go get out of school because I was in high school while I was working there. Get out of school, go to Neiman Marcus next door, go in the restroom and change into my work clothes, put on some heels, you know what I'm saying? Do my, like, I ain't really wear makeup very much in high school. I was just like do eyeliner and mascara. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Get all jazzed up and go to work. And I would have a blast. I loved getting people dressed up. I loved like looking at their body type and saying this is the kind of dresses that's gonna look good on you. I love like bringing them the dresses while they in the dressing room and letting them come out and look in the big mirror and see how good they look in a dress and being like, you need some shoes, let me grab you some shoes. Hold on, let me grab the jewelry. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I loved it. I loved it. And I just felt like God is saying for whoever this is for, He don't want you to be doing something that you don't, you know what I'm saying? And He wants you to have that. It like, you know, your job is such a big part of your life that, you know, you don't want to, it shouldn't be something that makes you're dreading going to work and you have to drag yourself out the bed and you got to drink coffee or tea to it just to kind of convince yourself that you gotta go there and you better deal with it and you baby. And I think I only had one job that I actually dreaded, and I ain't really just dreaded. I liked it, but I didn't like it. The job itself I didn't like. You know, when I was working at the gas, I didn't really like it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't like some of the requests that the owner kept on asking me after I told her several times that I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? I really only took the job as a favor to her because she needed somebody to work there and it was hard for her to find somebody in the middle of nowhere. But you know what I'm saying? I like the perks of the job. I like the fact that the job gave me a break from being on the property and dealing with, you know what I'm saying, what I had to deal with there. I can't stunt. I enjoyed that aspect. I like the people I worked with, and you know what I'm saying, I like getting to interact with the other people when they came into the store because once again I was staying off grid in the middle of nowhere and dealing with the same people over and over again. And you know what I'm saying, baby. But anyways, a lot of times I would be in there by myself and it was a moment to recharge. But I feel like when it come down to it, God is saying He don't want you to just have a job that you are just working just because you just trying to get by. You wanna have a job where you are actually enjoying yourself. You spend so much time there. Like typically, because what full time is what 80 hours a week, 40 to 80 hours a week. Like that's a lot of time. You have to really think about how much time you really spending at work. What a tragedy to be spending all of that time around people you can't stand, dealing with a job you don't like, you miserable, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's just that's you are basically giving a lot of your time, which is very precious because time is something you can't get back. You doing a lot of like this is your life, you know what I'm saying? That is just passing you by while you are spending it doing something you don't like. God said He wants you to have something that you enjoy. He wants you to do things that you enjoy. He wants you to work somewhere where you will actually be happy and filled with joy while you are working there. And you know, like other aspects as far as where you live at, what kind of car you have. And you know, I know that some people it's just like it's just something to get you from A to B. Yeah, it is something to get you from A to B, but what a tragedy to every time you got to get in that car, you are like dragging your feet, you don't feel like getting in there, and you know what I'm saying, you rather walk half the time. God is saying He wants you to be having a smile on your face every time you get in your car. He wants you to feel happiness and joy and proud of your achievement. Even when it comes to a house, what a tragedy would it be for you to live in a neighborhood filled with people that are hateful, mean, nasty, always picking on you about any and everything. Y'all beefing about nothing. They want to fight you over nothing. They, you know what I'm saying, doing any and everything, going out of their way to try to make your life miserable. Like that's your house. You supposed to have peace there. If you don't have peace in your house, then that's a problem. Whew. Anywho, this was a mouthful. But God is saying for whoever this is for, He is literally guiding your steps so that you will not have all this strife going on. Once again, the scripture said, for God will lead Israel with joy in the light of His glory, with the mercy and righteousness that comes from Him. So He is leading you, and He's leading you with joy. And if He leading you with joy, that means you gonna have joy. That's just like, you know what I'm saying, as a parent, when you taking your child somewhere and you're excited to take them wherever you taking them, you're excited to go wherever y'all going, the child is simultaneously gonna be excited because they know if you excited, they go, you know what I'm saying, something good is coming. If they see you scared, they gonna be scared. If they see you miserable, they gonna be miserable. And that's just like, you know, kids that grow up in hostile environments, eventually they gonna grow up and be hostile. If they growing up in a toxic environment, they parents always fighting, they always going back and forth, they gonna grow up and that's what they gonna do. They gonna love to fight, they gonna love to argue. 9 out of 10, they gonna take it into their relationships as an adult. They gonna be fighting and arguing and all kind of crazy stuff. But when a child grow up peacefully, that's what they want. Peace. They not looking around, you know what I'm saying, and expecting that somebody gonna be trying to go upside their head. They're not gonna be expecting that and seeing that as normal, because it's not normal, and they know it's not normal because they ain't never see that. So they know it ain't nothing right about that. And you know, I'm gonna read the first part again. Moreover, the woods and every sweet smelling tree have overshadowed Israel by the command of God. So, this is somebody, you are coming out of a season where you are having to deal with being overshadowed. You are having to deal with everything around you kind of like pushing you to the back burner. Like maybe you have been feeling as if you've been hidden. It's almost like every time you try to do something, every time you try to get in a relationship, the person that you're interested in or the person you're devoting your time to, they always find somebody else that they feel is better than you. Every time you get a job, it's always something that turns you away from that job, regardless if it's coworkers that you don't like. Maybe your manager is always overlooking you. Maybe the customers are difficult to deal with. And you know, I feel like in almost every single profession that you could possibly have, there's going to be some kind of customer. But you know what I'm saying, regard, even in the healthcare field, the patient is the customer. But I just feel like this is somebody you always having to deal with some kind of strife when it comes to your job, when it comes to your love life, when it comes to where you stay. It's always at least one person that's starting beef with you for no reason. It's always somebody mugging you for no reason. It's always somebody that think you want they bad, and you can't go outside in normal clothes in peace without them thinking that you try to look cute for they man, as if you can't just look cute for yourself. And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is somebody who's tired of it always being some kind of strife. God said He is removing that. And you about to come into a season where every day you gonna wake up feeling like you dreaming. It's gonna be so peaceful. Like your life is going to turn into such a peaceful life. And it's because God is moving you into this season and He's directing your steps. You gonna have options. It's not gonna be a situation where you always gonna end up with somebody, and every time you call them, they not answering the phone. Either God is gonna send you somebody that they are gonna be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs behind you, and they not finna be trying to check for nobody else because they gonna be concerned about what you got going on. They gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is gonna be somebody where they don't want to lose you. And you know what I'm saying? You can tell when somebody don't want to lose you, because when somebody don't care if they lose you or not, they going to be entertaining other people. And they not going to care about what you got going on because they entertaining these other people. But when somebody don't want to lose you, they don't have time to entertain nobody else. And they don't have time to entertain nobody else because they know if they entertaining somebody else, you might be entertaining somebody else. And you have all rights to do that if they doing it. So they gonna make sure they take up all your time. You ain't gonna have time to do nothing with nobody. You ain't gonna have time to see nobody. You ain't gonna have time to do this, that, and the third. And they ain't gonna have time to do this, that, and the third. God said this is gonna be a relationship that is going to blossom. And when it blossoms, it will turn into marriage. It will turn into a union. But ain't nobody got time for nobody that's always chasing it behind somebody else. Nobody has time for a job where you working so hard, breaking your back for your job, and they always overlooking you and choosing somebody that seems like they always got their feet up on the desk. They don't do no work. You have it caught up doing nothing they supposed to do ever. You do they work. And the boss, instead of acknowledging you and your hard work, they keep on looking at them. God said that time has come to an end. The time of you working so hard and not getting acknowledged for it, it has come to an end. The time of you putting so much effort and love and emotion into a relationship and the person not even reciprocating that. Not only do they not want to put back any time, effort, and love into you, but they don't even acknowledge what you do. That time come to an end. That time is coming to an end. And for some of y'all, it's going to be some people that's not going to be happy. And you know what I'm saying? If you was in a situationship like that, where y'all not even in a relationship, y'all just dating or y'all just getting to know each other, and you treating this person like you giving this person all this love, you cooking, cleaning, doing all kinds of stuff for them, and you know what I'm saying, they don't even acknowledge you. They don't do nothing for you. They not even trying to do nothing for you. They don't offer to do anything for you. They not taking you nowhere. They not paying you no attention. God said they are going to be upset. Mark my words. Okay, that's what God said. Mark my words. They gonna be upset because you gonna have somebody that is going to reciprocate everything that you give out. You ain't gonna have time for them no more. You are not going to have time for them no more. You're not finna have time to be cooking for them. You're not finna have time to be helping them out. You're not finna have time to be listening to their problems. You ain't gonna have time to help them with their problems because you gonna have somebody that is going to give what you give, and you know what I'm saying, and they gonna accept it with happiness, with joy, with gratitude. It's not gonna be somebody that's always complaining about what you don't do. It's not gonna be somebody that's gonna complain, well, yeah, you did that, but I didn't like this about it. I didn't like that. I didn't like this. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that at all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being real. I just feel like for whoever this is for, God said, God said you about to have everything is going to be complete in your life, and you going to feel like you dreaming. Just like in the lyrics where it says, I need you to pitch me. At the end, you gonna feel like you need somebody to wake you up. You gonna be asking, is it a hoax or is this serious? Like, is this for real or is this a hoax? Is this a game? Are you playing with me right now? God said it's not gonna be a game. It's not a joke. It's not a dream. It's gonna be your real life. You gonna feel like it is a fairy tale that you live in. And that's the message, y'all. That's the message, y'all. That's the message. That's the message. Woo! Anywho, thank you guys once again. I don't know what my subscribers is looking like now, okay? Because when I woke up, it said 10K. I was like, what? Hold on, screw. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I love you guys to bits and pieces. And I will see you guys on the next videos. So yeah, congratulations for whoever this is for. You made it through the storm that you were going through, where you were just constantly being overshadowed, constantly being overlooked. God said no more of that for you. You about to come into a time where you gonna be the main event. Like, you gonna feel like, I just feel like this is somebody. It's not gonna be like you are delusional and you feeling like you are the main character. You go be the main character. You go be the main character of everything, every aspect of your life. You gonna feel like you the main character because you are. God is pushing you forward. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.